It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
The video today is about to be way different, and that's just how it's going to be today. Thanks for checking out the Sean Widmer Podcast. Again, recording it early on a Wednesday morning. I have a show I'm into now I want to talk about. I'm kind of excited about. And then I also have a plea to a specific group of people out there that I just think it should be mandatory. And we'll talk about all that. But it happened, finally, the end of an era. Oh my gosh, the dog. The end of an era. She's about knocked over the table. Judy, why are you so powerful? My old iPhone Pro that I used to film so many episodes of the podcast has gone kaput. It's done. Today I came downstairs to record the podcast. This has been my camera for over a year, 2 years maybe, and now it will no longer turn on. The end of an era. I loved this phone. This is probably my favorite phone I've ever had. And that's going up against some good ones, right? That's going up against some of those great LGs back in the day. The 9880? 9880? LG 9880. Is that the phone I'm thinking of? It was the VX 9800. What is Judy doing? Hey! There you go. VX 9800 was a cell phone I really loved back in the 2000s. You can look it up. It was a kind of a brick-looking phone, but it flipped hot dog way. So hot dog bun style. It had the full keyboard inside. It had speakers on the edges. The problem was it was before its time because you couldn't really watch anything on it. It didn't have access to YouTube or anything like that. That phone now would have been awesome. Little screen to watch YouTube nonstop. But back then, if you wanted to get anything on there, you had to pay a ton of money to download a video, and the video quality was really bad. But I loved that LG VX 9800. I also loved my Palm Trio. I got to look these up because I just got to remember what they look like. The Palm Trio, I know I loved. I know I loved it. It was the Trio 650. It had the little pen that you would pull out for the touch screen. I loved that. I love my BlackBerry Pearl. That was a good one. Then after the BlackBerry Pearl, I went into iPhone mode, and I've been iPhone ever since. And so I've loved I've had some phones I really, really, really liked, but there was something about this. I don't even remember what make it is or which model. Was it an iPhone 13? I don't know. I don't remember, but it's done now. And now I really officially will have to go get a new phone because although I couldn't use this one, because the screen was so buggered up, having it be able to turn on, I'm realizing this now in real time, having this phone be able to turn on, let me access all of my text messages that I would get to people who texted my real phone number. I'm realizing this is now a huge problem. Anyone who texted my actual phone number, not my work phone number, it would go to this phone, and then that phone would spit it out to my computer so I could see. It's been a really convoluted process. That would spit it out to my computer so that I could see what I was missing. I'm realizing now no one can get a hold of me. This is not great. Okay, so that's happening in real time as I record the podcast. Thank you for checking out the Sean Widmer Podcast, the home of your favorite 15-minute podcast and one where we in real time figure out our life problems together. Oh, I'm excited about that. Okay, 2 things for you today I want to get into. I want to start with the fact that last night, Anna messaged me. I'm putting the kids to bed. She's getting the house cleaned up from the devastating storm that is my children. And she said, do you want to start the show Traitors tonight? And I was like, yes, because let me see if I can get Traitors cast members. Excuse me. Man, I don't know what the deal is. Okay. I want to look through and see. I don't want to spoil anything because I can see myself now going backwards in time. I think this is not going to work for me. The show Traitors on Peacock is a game where I've got some beef with it. Let me see. I don't want to see any of the people. I just want to see cast members. So the first season of the show Traitors, I feel like there are some people I liked on there. I don't see any of them now because I'm trying to look in real time. Suri was on it. I'm not a big Suri fan from Survivor. She's been on a lot of stuff, maybe too much stuff for my liking. Maybe it was season 2 that had somebody I really like on it. It had Johnny Bananas. I love Johnny Bananas. It had why can't I see any of these names that I loved? Anyways, the show is great. It has a lot of people. Sandra from Survivor was on it. Was it season 3? This is in real time learning it about my phone and now not doing a good job finding cast members for TV shows. It's not a great start to this week's today's podcast because I'm not saying Boston Rob was on season 3. That's a big win right there. Carolyn from Survivor 44 was on there. There's some other names. Season 3 had a lot of people I liked. Anyways, this show we started last night, and I think I'm going to love it. It has got a bunch of people from reality TV on it. So it has got people I just saw spoilers. I didn't realize we were way ahead. Doggone it. It has some people from Big Brother. It has some people from Survivor. It has a bunch of Real Housewives. It's got some people from Love Island. So it's got all these reality TV stars that we like. And I don't know how the game works yet all the way because it's in season 4. And although Traitors has been around for 4 seasons, and so yes, there's a chance you have watched many seasons, I feel like they just started episode 1 and just threw out the cast members and almost expected you to understand the rules. I'm going to give Jeff Probst a little credit. At the beginning of every season of Survivor, he explains the stinking game. He's like, here's how Survivor works. We've got 20 cast members. They're going to vote each other out until one person is standing. We're going to play a bunch of games all season long. People are going to win immunity. People are going to win rewards. And Jeff Probst explains Survivor to you for a new person watching the show right out the gates. Alan Cumming, the host of Traitors, is just assuming you went to their YouTube page and watched a how to play Traitors 20-minute instructional video. And they just started playing. And I was like, okay, well, hang on. I understand that there's people who are traitors. What do? He's like, someone will get murdered. And you're like, okay, go on. There are traitors. Okay, go on. And you pretty much have to figure out the rules by yourself, which I think I've done because I've played games like Mafia and Secret Hitler. And it seems like that's what it is. It seems very much like this is just the reality show of Mafia. And so in this show, they had 3 people who were claimed to be, who are designated the title of traitor, okay? And they are going to try to eliminate or will eliminate contestants throughout this season. But I have no idea how you win. So this is what I know so far. You've got some traitors. There's also a secret traitor. The traitors know who the other traitors are. So there's 3 of them. They know who each other are. But then there's a secret traitor that was announced at the very beginning of the season. And that no one knows who that is. And that traitor puts together a list of contestants that the other traitors are allowed to choose from to eliminate each night. But I have no idea how the traitors are sniffed out. I have no idea what happens when you sniff out a traitor. I have no idea how you win. Can the traitors win? Can anyone win? I don't know. They just don't explain it. They're just like, come watch our show. Someone's going to win $250,000. How they win it, we'll never tell you. But if you watch the whole season, maybe you'll figure it out. It was really weird, very jarring. Either that or I totally missed a part of the show where they explained it. But I don't think I did. And if I did, then they did not do a good job with that part of the show because I was paying attention. At least I think I was. I was also watching Villanova versus Providence on my phone at the same time. So there was a little bit of distraction. My guy at work, Ian, and I are on a kind of a little bit of a fliff heater, and we are up to over $20 each on flip. So we're at that point, that make or break point. We hit a couple more bets on this free gambling app, and then if I go all in on a game, I can get above that big time $50 threshold, where if you get over $50 on flip, they pay you real money. So, sorry traitors. I was also a little bit distracted by Villanova Providence as I'm making this run to real cash money off the free gambling app. Okay, let's finish with this today.
Kelly's, what are you into?
My dog Judy is in here, and I think she is eating everything known to man in the podcasting dungeon. I think. I'm going to find out here in a second. Okay, I have a plea to a specific group of people, and it is musicians. I talked music last time on the podcast. I've been into a lot of music lately. Just kind of, I don't know, I'm just in that mood. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I still love my podcasts. Don't get me wrong. I also have been deep into some YouTube channels. Thanks to my guy at work, Joe. He now has me so in depth into 3D printing. I love my 3D printer. I love it. I've printed a ton of miniatures. A ton. It's nonstop printing awesome miniatures. So I've been on a big kick with that. They're starting to look really good. I've kind of figured that out. So I've been printing those out. And then I also printed out a couple fidget toys for the kids, and my wife loves one of them. So we've kind of got these fidget toys. But at work yesterday, this is not my what are you into, by the way. This is just completely, I don't even know how I got on this rabbit trail. But I don't even remember. I really don't remember. But Joe has a 3D printer. So Ian and I were talking about our 3D prints at lunch. Joe was there, and all of a sudden he busts out his phone and starts showing us the stuff he's been printing, and it is insane. It is insane. He got me fired up about my 3D printer. Now, he's got a bunch of like extra stuff with his. He's printed in all these different colors. So I just do a one color. Ian and I are a one color guy right now. We're just printing things. And, when I'm printing like these little mini figurines, I don't know if that's going to zoom or not. When I'm printing my little minis, I don't need them to be a lot of colors because I'm going to paint them. So I don't need that. So I never thought I needed all the different colors of filament. But Joe showed me he's printing football helmets. He's printing these things that you have at the table that shuffle the cards for you with like a crank wheel that looks super cool. And they're all these different colors. And I was like, oh crap, Joe. You're going to make me need to get this device that connects to the side of your printer that has all the different colors of filament so I can do these color prints now. But his stuff is so cool. We went up to his office after lunch, and his office is just littered with items that he's printed, including like a bunch of light boxes I didn't know you could print. So he's got a Kentucky Wildcats, the Wildcat logo, that it prints a really thin layer of Kentucky Wildcat blue and like white edges, and you put a light behind it and it lights up and it looks spectacular. I never would have guessed that he printed it. I thought it was just something he picked up at the store that was really cool. He printed it at home, which is still really cool. Anyways, that's not my Kelly's What Are You Into? My Kelly's What Are You Into is a plea to musicians. As I've been into musicians, I've also been watching YouTube. I've been watching 3D print YouTube. There we go. That's how we got there. Wow. Musical artists. I feel like something should be... What are you into, Judy? Hey, Judy. Stop eating my backpack. Gosh dang, eats everything. Musical artists should be required to explain their lyrics. Period. They should be required. This should not be optional. If you are a musician making music and you have got a song we're all singing along to, it should be a requirement that you explain what you wrote down. Because I'm tired of trying to figure out their brains. I'm tired of trying to figure out their artsy-fartsy heads. And what I've settled on is they're just putting words together. And then we've hit a point in music where a lot of the popular songs, people just needed words to rhyme, and they needed words to fit the ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. They needed words to fit the rhythm of their song. And so they're just throwing words out there. Nothing means anything anymore. And I'm fine with that if the artist comes out and says, look, that line doesn't mean anything. I just needed words that worked in this rhythm to this beat. Hey, Judy, what'd you get into? Gosh dang. So I need that. Because if the words do mean something, I just want to know what they mean. I was talking about the song and I got corrected plenty. End of Beginning, not End of the Beginning. End of Beginning, right? The song by Djo that I talked about on Monday's episode. I was looking at the lyrics for that because there's part of it I was like, what is he saying here? I don't think he's saying anything. Just one more tear to cry, one teardrop from my eye. You better save it for the middle of the night. Okay, we can maybe piece some of that together when things aren't black and white. Okay, I think we can maybe figure those words out. Then it just says, enter troubadour, and then in quotes, remember 24? I need to know what it means. I don't know what it means. Tell me what it means. In the next one, The next verse. This song has started now, and you're just finding out. Now, isn't that a laugh? A major sacrifice, but clueless at the time. Enter Caroline. Just trust me, you'll be fine. It makes no sense. That verse makes no sense. And I should be, as a consumer of this, I gotta get the dog real quick. She's eating through my backpack. Thank you, dog. What did you? Oh, here we go. Thank you, Huck. Thank you, Woods. I was like, what is that she's eating? I'll hold it up. Just ate through a pen cap for a marker, which is terrifying because the marker wasn't there, just the pen cap. So that means that there's a marker, loose marker somewhere in the house. That's great. Anyways, Joe Keery, you should have to explain your lyrics to me. And everyone should. This happens with Switchfoot a lot too, where I get into one of their songs and I'm like, this is such a good song. The lyrics are great. And then I listen and I'm like, I have no idea what the lyrics meant. It should be a requirement. So there you go. That's my plea to musicians moving forward. Please explain your lyrics. Go through, explain your lyrics. It's all we ask for. That and you to tour 24/7. Right? Okay, let's get to some comments. Roberta says this. Here we go. Over on youtube.com/Bommarooski. Happy 6 a.m. Waking up this morning was not what I wanted to do this morning. I don't know if I didn't sleep well or what. I could go back to bed right now without an issue. I feel you there. Judy, gosh, eating my Uno cards. My husband loves the air fryer. I still haven't used it as Mark is so good with it. To think it sat on the counter for a couple years without being used. The answer to your question, the company that makes musical instruments and gets them into the hands of kids for free so that they can experience the gift of music. That is a great answer to what business you would start. A company that makes musical instruments and gets them into the hands of kids for free. Roberta, that's great. Combines a love of music, combines your love of giving because you are an ultimate gift giver. And that would be awesome. That's a great answer, Roberta. I love that. Also, I'm glad Mark is in on the air fryer. They're so great. I've unfortunately been in on our blender too much lately. We got a bunch of ice cream for Huck's birthday party, and that means I can make milkshakes at the ready. We do not need to have ice cream in this house. We do not need ice cream readily available in this house. Spokane Yvonne said this. Oh, I love this answer. I love that people answer the best question. What business would you open? Spokane Yvonne, I love this. She said, if I was better at crocheting, would love a small shop of crochet stuff. Okay, you don't have to be better at it. This is a make-believe world, fictional world. A little crochet shop, Yvonne, where you can have it set up however you want. Have little seats in the shop where people can come crochet, meet like-minded crocheters, talk about things you've crocheted up, and have all the supplies there they can purchase and all that. You could do crochet classes throughout the week. You know, have people pay to do crochet class, crochet by number. I don't know if that's a thing, but you know how they do the paint, wine and paint and pints, whatever they are. You could have that with crochets and coffee, or you could just do drinks, right? Drinks, it's a little wine, a little crochet. Everyone follow after me. And next thing you know, you have a beautiful picture of a waterfall. I love that. A small crochet shop. At first, I thought it said croquet, and I was like, that also is cool. We could go in together, Yvonne, and do crochet and croquet. And so it'd be croquet on the inside. I don't know what pairs well with croquet or crocheting. I'm assuming tea. So a little tea shop with crochet. And then on the outside, for the people who are in the family who don't like crocheting, they can still tag along and get into croquet tournaments. Okay. Thank you for checking out the Sean Woodward podcast. If the video is awful today, I apologize. Again, rip to my iPhone Max, iPhone Pro 13, or whatever it was. Going to be an interesting day trying to figure that out. See ya.